Hi guys, I wanted to put up a little video for you on calculating the density of um, these objects on this CAT worksheets. So today we did finding density, and this is sort of a color by number activity. And so here's what I suggested during class, that you have a blue highlighter and a pink highlighter and a yellow highlighter. Because as I go through this, I'm going to be highlighting and telling you, just kind of giving you some kind of reading comprehension clues, because there's a lot of reading in these story problems, so I'm trying to be kind of helpful for you. So Miss Terry's is a famous expert on gems and a valuable metal, and has been hired by the museum to obtain a rare sculpture of a cat. The owner of the sculpture, Vera Wealthy, wants to make sure that Miss Terry's is able to accurately determine the value of the sculpture. She insists that Miss Terry's pass a series of tests, and if Miss Terry's correctly identifies each of the items given to her, Vera Wealthy will sell the sculpture to the museum at the price Miss Terry's suggests. If Miss Terry's makes a mistake, Vera Wealthy will refuse to sell the statue to the museum. So we have a very expensive cat statue, and we have Miss Terry's, who is very good at solving density problems. And if she solves all the density problems correctly, then they will sell the very expensive cat thing to her at the museum. So number one, Miss Terry's was given a huge gemstone that looked like a diamond. The task was to determine if it was real or fake, made of cubic zirconium. The enormous stone weighed 2 grams. So I am going to ask you to grab your blue highlighter and highlight 2 grams. Notice that mass is going to be in blue. When placed in a graduated cylinder of water, the water level went up by 0.6 milliliters. So now take your pink highlighter and highlight the volume, which is 0.6 milliliters. Now remember that volume can either be in a milliliter or a centimeter cubed. So just keep that in mind. A milliliter is a liquid. A centimeter cubed would be length times width times height, and that's going to be your centimeter cubed because you're finding the volume of a rectangle. So the density of a real diamond is 3 to 3.5. Now I have this underlined because this is information we're going to have to come back to, because in each one of these problems you have to solve for density and then pass the test that Vera Wealthy is giving Miss Terry's. So there's a question that you have to answer. So the first thing we're going to do is determine the density of the stone, and then we're going to answer, was it a diamond? So according to our formula, if you were here, you know this line is division, this line is multiplication, density is equal to mass divided by volume. So the first thing we have to do is mass is 2 grams divided by a volume of 0.6 milliliters. And when you do the math, you get 3.3 grams per milliliter. Now, I'm going to go down to my cat coloring page, and you're going to see that I have 3.3 calculated here as the density, and then I have a little yes there, because the question is, was it a diamond? Well, 3.3 is the density that we calculated, and a diamond has a density of 3 to 3.5. So, is it a diamond? Yes, it is. And you would write yes right on the side. Okay. Number 2, we're going to do a similar thing. So for number 2, it says, next, Miss Terry's was given a metal. The task is to determine if it is platinum or silver. So I want to put that, I'm going to underline that. That's kind of important information. I want to know if it's platinum or silver. And the density of silver is 10.5, and the density of platinum is 21.45. So the metal weighs 21 grams. I'm going to use my highlighter and put a blue box around the mass. When placed in a graduated cylinder of water, the water level went up to, I'm going to get my pink highlighter out. It went up, sorry guys, save. The density, it went up 2 milliliters. So now I've got to determine the density of the metal and then answer the question, was it platinum or silver? So density is equal to mass divided by volume, 21 grams divided by 2 milliliters. And when you do that, you get 10.5. And this is going to be grams per milliliter. So I'm going to go down to my cat statue. And in number 2, the calculated density is 10.5 grams per milliliter. And then I need to go back and answer the question. And the question is, was it platinum or silver? Well, 10.5 matches the density of silver. So I'm going to write silver. So I'm going to leave you to do the rest of these. There are a couple things I want you to change. In question number 3, for some reason, my answer key has different numbers than your printed copy. So if you would, change 10 to 9.13 grams. That should be blue. And then, do you see where it says 1.1? Make it 1.0. Now this is your volume. It just means that you have to multiply these in order to find the volume. So you're going to take 9.13 divided by whatever the answer of this is. I think it's 1.05. Then make sure that you go back and answer the question, should Miss Terry's ask to purchase it? The other one that I want you to change is on number 5. Change the mass from 52.45 to 41.95. All right, this is due, and I am giving this a grade. So when you get back, make sure that you get this bad boy handed in.